So you can now buff the Ice Monkey with Naval Tactics from Brickle. This can be put even further if you get Total Transformation, and then these transformed Ice Monkeys now can be buffed by Brickle, and they'll do a lot more damage now. We can take this even further by getting Absolute Zero, which is another 50% attack speed buff, and these Ice Monkeys will be able to do even more damage. Now we can just add Glue Strike, and now they're going to have super fast attack speed, really high Pierce with some primary training buffs from the village because they're still primary towers, and with the Glue Strike they do a lot of damage. Anyways, this is a completely epic new combo that you can do now that these Ice Monkeys can be buffed by Brickle. So let's take a look at it on an ouch Chimps here and see where this gets me. And also for Renfords, I'm going to be talking about Druids with the Total Transformation, which is kind of like the best combo out there, really the only way to use Total Transformation before it. And this also is my favorite tower, so it's a dear and near to my heart one. So let's just get right into it. First, I'm going to be talking about, like, is this the best thing ever? And the answer is no, but it is really powerful, and it does kind of have the power to become better than the Druids, I guess, just because you can add so many more factors. And it also is a really cool factor of being able to go along with Absolute Zero, which is a very strong stall. The Total Transformation with Druids does not have that option. It does more damage, but you won't be getting the stall from the Absolute Zero along with it too, which is a really nice thing. And with just the reactor and primary mentoring, it has full uptime. You don't need much to be able to get it to have full uptime. So basically, overall, for the price, this strategy covers everything. It has super high damage, super high attack speed, super good single target damage, super high pierce, and a crazy stall with it. You really can't just get better than that. So that's really cool. The only reason why the Druids is better is because that combo is just uber cracked, and double trees is really cool, better than a lot of people would expect. It also has a really efficient early game, so you don't have to spend cash on that. You can just go straight into the Druids, all that stuff. It's just better for cash bear, but both of these are really strong combinations. It's just that when you do Druids on ouch, you're expecting to get more so like 70,000 compared to 53,000, which I'll be getting here. So it's not that much better, I guess. It's still better, but this combo is really cool. And if you're trying to do black borders, I'd say this definitely has a lot more versatility. Well, it's Total Transformation, so I guess a black border is kind of hard, but the Ice Monkeys are really cool, and you could easily do like this with a Pirate Lord or something and just have a super chill and super easy time, which is very awesome. So I'm going to be going just for this Destroyer for the early game. I'll be getting the Moab Shove, we'll be using that for the stall and all. I'll be getting that Snowstorm that's going to be turning into the Absolute Zero later. That's going to kind of just hold everything, and then that one Alk buff will be for that Destroyer in the early game too. Again, this Destroyer doesn't really do anything once we get the Total Transformation. If you were to do Druids, the Druids would be comboing there, so that's kind of like some cash that is forced to be wasted because I can't just go straight into the Total Transformation. Here on round 75, I do something really stupid and use my abilities in a bad order, which makes me have to get creative to beat 75. I do that, so that actually was the hardest round of this entire run because of that, but I got past it. Anyways, I'll be continuing on by getting the Total Transformation, building up some of the ices, and then working for that Absolute Zero, and everything's just going to be coming along super well. I'll also be going for some mind stacking later on, which is another thing that you can do with Brickle, which is really neat. But in order to do that, you need to get stalls, and oh my goodness, doing one shove stall with 97 on ouch is like the most painful thing ever. You'll see that a little bit later, and maybe I'll talk about that a bit in the future when we get to it. But I'm just going into the 80s. I'll be stalling out for the ability itself, not mind stalling or mind stacking until I think like round 94 is when I start mind stacking. After that, I'll just be trying to mind stack for the abilities every round. But right now, all it takes is just like one Moab, kind of shove that in a little bit, and then you'll get the ability back. Nothing too crazy here, and while I'm working on the towers. And then once I get Absolute Zero, everything's going to pick up. It's going to be so much easier because Absolute Zero is just crazy good now. It's so underrated, and they keep buffing it. I don't know why. Anyways, I'm going to put on some music, and I'll come back for the late game. So I'm coming back here for round 94, and this is where this mine stacking comes in. So I just need to be a bit better with my stalls, and I'm going to be putting the mines in order so that they'll explode in a consequential order, or like a cascading order, I should say. So one explodes and the other explodes and the others. I don't want to kind of group them all together, or else like it will just be one big explosion, and I want to be able to take out one layer and then the next one takes out all the ceramics. With that, you don't get like stupid big ceramic rushes. The absolute zeros are great at taking out the ceramics, but it's not like in a central position, so it doesn't cover the entire map. Other than that, we'll be able to kind of just deal with the rest of everything. Round 95 took a few tries, but I ended up getting it just fine. I just needed to bring the Moab shove over to the right spot just in time, but that very late total transformation usage, if I can nail that off, will allow me to get everything but this one Moab right here, and then I can stall it just fine. This is really important because a lot of times I lose rounds because I use all my abilities on 95 and I have nothing for 96. But now that I have something for 96, I can take everything easy. And because this round is so long, you kind of need all your abilities up, or else you get fatigued of abilities if you have like a more so ability based strategy. I won't necessarily really need a stall for 97 super much, but it's good to get because it will make it a little bit easier here. So I grabbed this one Moab. It's not that long. You can't really get a long stall on 96, but I just placed down a mine or two, which will be able to help out a little bit. And you need to get creative for this stall. So I'm going to be using the Mega Mine, and then I'm going to be using all the abilities at just the right time. So I take out everything but one fortified Moab that's at full health. That is a lot harder to pull off than it looks. It's something easier said than done. Stalling 97 for 98 on Ouch, and I need to do this and get a full mine stack up. That's 4 mines, by the way, 3 mines placed and 1 in the inventory, so that for 98 you can do this. You go pop, pop, pop. All of that initial wave just goes down, and I have one last mine that I can use, and I total transformation everything, and the rest goes down. Even with that, it still was a little bit difficult. Not the craziest thing in the world, though. This ending was kind of scary, though, because I had to use that Mega Mine to get the last bit of stuff that didn't pop without getting the stall ruined. So I take that down, and then I have that Moab. I don't really have to mine stack 99, which is nice. I just need to get at least like something down for 100 just to be safe, but I have so much damage that 100 is just gonna be gone. I bring the shove up there, so because there's not much angles that fly past there, until I realize that the ones up there are kind of weak, so I bring it to the bottom anyways. Whatever works. I just need the abilities back, nothing really crazy for 99, luckily. So 99's, or I mean 100 comes here, use everything, and this bad just gets shredded. It's super cool. I'll just bring that last Mega Mine in there to time it, so it takes out all the insides, and everything is done. And that is 53,000 cash spare using this crazy cool ice total transformation strategy. Again, this is a brand new strategy because Brickle will buff ice now, and it's just definitely a lot of fun. Okay, so hold in for one moment. I just realized this right after finishing the voiceover, and that is that when you use the total transformation on an ice monkey, it is by default set to close, because the ice monkey, I guess, is set to close, so the total transformation is set to close. I did not know this, and I did not realize that until literally just now. I went into sandbox, and if you set it to first when the ability is active and use the ability again, it's going to be set on first. So you kind of want that to happen, because I guess all these total transformations were targeting close, so that's something important to note. It's probably going to make it a lot easier. Probably could have made 98 and all that stuff a lot easier too. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!